Now, by way of my take quickly, I'm saying punish offenders, safeguard the ballot, keep Ghana safe. News that a court in Takoradi has convicted 14 misguided citizens for multiple voter registrations is very refreshing. They face 3 months in jail if they are unable to afford the fine of about 400 Ghana cedis each. I wish, though, that they had been slapped with a maximum fine of 6,000 Ghana cedis and or the maximum jail term of 2 years prescribed by the law. The bigger question is what happens to the hundreds of multiple registrants nationwide and those planning to violate similar laws in December 2016. Like Dr. Akwete's IDEC, I believe exacting the highest penalty for electoral offenses, including all forms of cheating and prohibited acts of vandalism at the polls, is one sure way to encourage and end the impunity. I'm talking about the impunity that is sometimes sanctioned by nation-wrecker politicians for whom elections are, quote, a do-or-die affair, unquote, for all but themselves and the families they will ship abroad in December. A former MP, former mayor, and his misguided aide also recently paid paltry fines to escape jail for destroying electoral materials. I hope members of the governing party, especially so-called big men caught in similar offenses, will equally be prosecuted and with speed. I take solace in the fact that convictions for almost all electoral offenses attract an automatic ban from being registered as a voter and from voting for 5 years. Let the laws be party blind, social status blind, and let's implement them to the full to sanitize the electioneering and election processes to keep Ghana safe. That's my take today. Thank you once again and welcome to Newsfile. This is your most authoritative news analysis show. My guests are getting seated and I will be introducing them to you shortly. Now, as you know, this show is brought to you by Bank of Africa. And Bank of Africa, they have the Akwaba promo. You need to get value for your money in the Akwaba promo from Bank of Africa from now till the 31st of January 2017. Open a current or savings account and earn unbeatable commissions on your deposits. For more details and how to participate, visit any Bank of Africa branch nationwide and you'll be directed on what to do. This is the Bank of Africa Akwaba promo. Don't miss out. And if your internet could speak, what would it be telling you? You don't need 4 hours to cook instant noodles. So drop that junk of internet service that you're currently using and hop onto a better internet experience, which is here with us. I'm talking about the MTN 4G LTE and enjoy a whopping 100% bonus when you bundle. To get started, simply dial *585 *858 to check if your device is 4G compatible. And then visit any MTN service center across Ghana and you will be wired. All you need is a valid ID card. Enjoy better internet experience on Ghana's only 4G network on the go and say hello to the future. MTN, welcome to the new world. Make it happen quick. Everything you always wanted of insurance is online. Buy, renew, and make your claims, all in 3 easy steps. You log on to the starassurance.com and follow the easy steps to get your insurance online. It's that easy and quick. Star E Insurance, possible anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Star Assurance, that is your solid partner. Now, Having Insecticide has relaunched a newly improved, stronger killing formula for its products. Heaven Black Mosquito Coil and Heaven Plus Mosquito Spray now have a stronger killing formula against all flying and crawling insects, mosquitoes, cockroaches, and ants. Heaven Black Mosquito Coil and Heaven Plus Mosquito Spray have a unique sweet-scented perfume, and you can sleep in the room immediately after spraying. Heaven Plus Mosquito Spray, pleasant on humans, is a tough nightmare on insects. Heaven Black Mosquito Coil, a kum intuntum tim. If you're a farmer, a landscaper, or gardener, what's it that's been bothering you over the years? Is it poor seasonal yields over the period or post-harvest losses due to short shelf life of your produce? If that's what it really is, then you can stop it. The only way to do that is to get ACAP compost fertilizer. ACAP compost fertilizer is an organic fertilizer made from pure organic materials such as food and farm waste, decomposed naturally into humus, very suitable for agricultural purposes. It has very high organic matter, good water retention properties, ideal for all crops, including vegetables, fruits, cereals, crop trees such as cocoa, palm, coffee, among others. ACAP compost fertilizer is available in all leading agro inputs dealers and distributors across the country. For inquiries, please contact 026 40 781 or 020 17 355 64 or 024 34 73 15 8. White Temple Agency Limited is offering you the latest technologically advanced, trendy, and durable yet affordable stone-coated roofing tiles. Fair roof, that's a luxury you can afford. They have a variety of colors and designs to choose from. Their team of professionals will give you value for your money and a guaranteed 1 year after-sales service support. All they require from you is your roof plan. Your taste in roofing is their ultimate priority. You can locate White Temple Agencies Limited on plot number 65, Derby Avenue, on the Children's Hospital Road, adjacent NHIS building arena, or visit any of their sales offices, and they have branches at the Old Weja Barrier, Accra West. You can call 0302 67 3773 or 024 32 84 85 9. You can email them at whitetemple4u2gmail.com. Once again, I say welcome to Newsfile. This is undisputably your most authoritative news analysis show in this part of the world. My guests are in the studio. Time check is about 9:20, and we're going to get to do serious business with the topics that I shared with you earlier. My guests are Dr. Jemima Nono. She's lecturer, Business School of GIMPA. Doc, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Always delighted to have you. Now, Awal Muhammad is research officer, Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD, and you know that they've been in the news all week because they say, quote unquote, 70% of Ghanaians have scored President Mahama and his team very poorly for the management of the economy. And the NPP is excited. And that's why I asked the question, should they be campaigning at all if that's really the reality? Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great. Also, in the studio this morning is Godwin Kujo Tamaklo Aduzi. He is a private legal practitioner and a member of the National Democratic Congress. He is the Greater Accra Regional. It's very important to him because he says if that is not done, he's the Greater Accra Deputy Secretary of the Youth Organizer of the NDC. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Samson, good morning.
Great to have you. Your first time on the show, right?
Absolutely.
Live in the studio. We have spoken to you on phone a couple of times, particularly as you were winning some sweet victories regarding Coley Clotes and Arthur Rawlings, and also regarding the infamous Munchi 3.
Why
also,
well,
that's what the Supreme Court says, according to its judgment. And also in the studio is Nana Akomia. He's Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party. Good morning and welcome, Nana.
Morning, Samson.
And belated happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Samson.
I was monitoring and I discovered that you had quite an interesting time on your birthday.
But,
my production was on my back to do a special dedication to you, and it escaped me because we were in the heat of the discussions.
I am so open to your overtures.
Thank you, Nana. And we'll be joined on the phone later by Stephen Ade. He's Professor at Shesi and First Director of GIMPA. He'll also be speaking to us because, you know, we're dealing with education. Now, gentlemen and lady, I say once again, welcome to the show. And by way of our preliminary issue this morning, you may be aware that the NPP MP Kennedy Agyepong has said that the very reckless statements that he made about the EC boss some time ago, the insults and the defamation, very libelous comments he made about her are only a joke. That's all he intended. So by way of preliminary comments, 2 minutes each to my guest, what do they think about that? In fact, there are people who felt that the EC boss should have sued him. But in some communication with her, she said, well, she will ignore. This is where we have come. And what does it say also about our political terrain, how people decide to do some of the things that they do? I think I'd like to start with the old lady with us. Doc, what do you say? Kennedy Agyepong says this is, he was just joking. Let's just hear him briefly and then we'll come to hear you. He says he's joking. Let's hear what he said.
You know, hypocrisy. Usha Nana Oyeleta. Organize the tier 20 cities, say, Makasama Tia, Charlotte Saintino, Omunkoya demonstration. Now, this same woman now is going around asking petitions. A Chief Justice Onya Oba. Osi makasa na nya ne almost kan enye
but why apologize e
dey na me kan ya ma apologize e dey na me kan na angle no crowd fa na me tan angle no dey fa na me tan
but for some no one can yes na no
e dey asem na me kan mu media for
so
mu media for mu na mu be say Ghana and your politicians masa ensema me kan that day we crowd there I was joking o me kan wi adam kotenase na o ma pick e honko you see what this country
you were joking
yeah but who made me defend me easily. I don't want to go there.
What's your Charlotte? Would you be happy and bold enough to say sorry to Charlotte?
I have nothing against it.
Okay, so that's Kennedy Agyepong. He's supposed to be an honorable member of the Parliament of Ghana. What do you say?
I say that some jokes are too expensive. And I think that joke was not a joke. It was expensive. And I think the Honourable Member of Parliament should have known better. And I find it's not unfortunate, it's irresponsible when, even in supposed jest, when a woman is appointed to a position of authority, it's never really deemed as on merit. It has to be for anything other than merit, than maybe her looks, or sexual favors, and it's really getting tiresome. So personally, it can't be a joke. At the end of the day, when the comment was made, it wasn't indicated that it was a joke. And it certainly, if it was a joke...
He said that the EC boss got her job because of sexual favors, and then even suggested that he could defend it if the time came.
Yes. So yes, even in that excerpt, which I think that then clearly it wasn't an apology, it was more of a defense of what was said previously.
He has not apologized, that's why.
Yeah, it wasn't an apology. And as I said, I just think that those kinds of comments, if you have reason to believe that the person did not get their job based on merit, and you have evidence as such, then present it via the right procedures and then go about it accordingly. However, if it's just 1 minute a joke, next minute we don't know what really the point you're trying to make, then please, I think people should refrain from that. And I think also as well, as a society, we should not encourage it. Yeah, there's been other instances where women who have held particular public offices, yeah, have been held to various sexist comments and ridicule, and depending on which political persuasion they're deemed to be, then the side that they appear to be on condemn, and then the other side at best stay silent, or at worst even support the offenders. I mean, really, this is to the detriment of our society.
The women's groups who were campaigning, including the gender minister that he mentions in this clip that you heard a while ago, who were campaigning and seeking a retraction and an apology of those comments, and also seeking some sort of discipline in Parliament, should they continue?
Oh, I think, yeah, but I think we've not got to make it a partisan issue. At the end of the day, what's wrong is wrong. It's wrong if the EC is being held up for those, is being ridiculed as far as I'm concerned, for being in that position. And it's also wrong if any person, I know Honourable Ursula Owusu has also, and hers were not only verbal attacks, it was physical attacks. So for me, yeah, everybody has a right to protest. And who am I to say, oh, you shouldn't? Of course, it is your right.
Right.
But I think we should not look at it on more partisan lines and really look and say, this is wrong.
Right. FIDA women lawyers, they issued their statement last week, and their statement was particularly on all of these things, even though it came on the back of the attacks on the Chief Justice. What do you also say, particularly? How should we take it?
Samson, first of all, good morning to our cherished viewers and listeners today. My first time coming on this platform. I'm excited at it. Let me also say good morning, particularly to Nana Kumia. You're trying to find out who the NDC rep is. I am. Now, Samson, on this
you were joking.
Yes, I know,
sorry.
Right? and Samson, it's important to make this point that this particular comment by Agyepong was made incidentally on the platform or the campaign launch of a female parliamentary aspirant. That woman has been the subject of the same irresponsible sexist comment by Mr. Maxwell Kofi Juma, where he makes serious allusion to the fact that the Asokwa parliamentary seat is not like AMA, where I do not want to repeat those inappropriate
You are not allowed to repeat them here.
Absolutely. In fact, I will not. Now, so one would say that ordinarily a woman who had been the subject matter of this comment should be the one to call Ken to order on that same platform to say that, Ken, don't go there. Charlotte Osei is obviously a woman who has done well for herself. Today, she is the Electoral Commission chairperson. She comes across as a lot of role model for several of our young women, our sisters all over, including her ladyship, the Chief Justice. As you are aware, the Chief Justice started as a police woman, in fact, she is one person who has gone through all the ranks to become what she is today. She is somebody that ordinarily we ought to be celebrating, save these reckless comments directed at her, comments that have also been equally condemned by all well-meaning people that I know. It's important to say that today we are having a situation where Agyepong is having to say that those reckless comments made against the Electoral Commission chairperson were, in his words, he was joking. But you can see that in the same, recording or speech, he makes the point that he's ready to defend a joke, I do not understand what it really meant by I would defend whatever it is. But you see, I'm not surprised that we've got into this. You are aware, Donald Trump today says one thing, the next time he considers that to be sarcastic. He makes very serious comments. The next time he comes across and says, no, I was joking. We are having a lot of these Trump, attitudes around. It speaks generally to people, their temperaments, a lot more about what they think generally about people outside themselves. It's irresponsible. We should not encourage it. I would not do it. I've been in class with some of the finest ladies. In fact, some of them were the ones topping us in class. So on what day should I, after all is said and done, say that that person's rise to whatever the person is because of sexual favors? It's completely irresponsible. And I'm surprised that the National Women Organizer of the NPP sought to justify, rationalize the commentary by Ken Agyepong by saying that the BNI should even go ahead to investigate it. Today,
well, she's not alone. There were other people within the party that sought to justify it.
Absolutely.
Nana, what do you say? There are others who really felt that the party should have officially issued a statement condemning this and dissociating itself from Ken.
Well, thank you, Subsidiary. Let me wish our audience a good Saturday morning, and also my co-panelist, particularly Dr. Jemima, whom I haven't seen in a long time. Yes, this commentary about women in particular is regrettable. It is not the best. Unfortunately, it has been a feature of our political discourse. It's cut across political parties. I remember people making derogatory comments about women. Esla Usu has come under those kinds of attacks. I think there was this lady actress also who came under very derogatory attacks from NDC people.
Talking about Lydia Fossey? Or is it
so.
Yvonne?
One of them.
Because of the vigil that
yes, they do some
things she
came under very, very derogatory attacks. You have the Electoral Commission also coming under derogatory attacks and so on. So these attacks have cut across the political divide. I don't think the political parties have done enough in terms of reining in our people, the two major political parties. I don't think we've done enough. There's a lot more that we can do. It's obvious that Ken Agyepong, in the clip that you played, it was obvious that he's regretted his commentary.
Really?
It's obvious. And I would have wished that he just would have done the honorable thing and just apologized.
He suggested right there that he would defend that joke.
Yeah, but then he says that, if you heard him in Tree, he says that, oh, this comment that I made is just a joke, and I'm surprised that of all the things that I said, this is the one that has been carried. It's some admission that, oh, I regret these comments and the way it's been carried. But he should then have gone ahead and just apologized, having recognized and that this is just a joke. I didn't mean it. Just apologize. But when you go on to say, oh, I can prove it, then
has the party found it necessary to urge him to apologize, at least if you are not issuing a statement?
The party has engaged him on the matter. The party has engaged him on the matter, yeah.
To the extent that he should apologize?
Well, I'm saying the party has engaged him and the party has told him what the party thought of the comments, and the party has urged him to do the honorable thing.
Which he hasn't done.
Obviously, he hasn't done it.
And
but
he will not be suspended from his conduct, like Tarzan and others were suspended.
Those things have to be triggered. I mean, you can't just get up and suspend somebody. It has to be. Okay. Sorry.
Petition.
Okay. Yeah, somebody has to petition. Somebody has to make a form. So, if my brother here, who's in the NDC, what's his name again? Tamaklo can petition.
Oh, he can do it.
I'm not a member of the NPP.
He says orchestration, so you can orchestrate the petition.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm saying that before anybody, some official action is taken, it must be triggered.
Right. Right.
But there's no doubt that these comments against women, I mean, particularly when you try and tie in the achievements of women to that, it's terribly unfortunate.
What does the CDD think, particularly if you were familiar that this had compelled the feeder, to issue a statement? I'm not saying this alone, because they issued a statement on all the other, disparaging comments that were made about women who were making strides in society, and that is sort of suggests that this discourages, a lot more women, and we are seeking to have more women participate in the political space.
Yeah. I think, thank you very much, Samson, and good morning to your viewers. I think that for CDD, a lot of these matters worry us a lot, right? Because you go in there and when you examine our own political space, there is this attempt to encourage women to participate in the political process. We talk about inclusion and so on and so forth. And so to have women who have become role models, who are examples for us to show to other women and say, look, you can aspire to these positions, and for them to come under such morally irreprehensible comment, I think that is unfortunate. And so for us, we condemn it in no uncertain terms. We think that it's not good, it's not healthy for our democracy, it's not healthy for our effort in terms of promoting women inclusion and participation in the political process. But more so, we think that we can have a discussion about how effectively are you delivering your mandate, right? Without necessarily those comments. If we think that, for example, relative to the EC boss, she's acting in a manner that we disagree with her, we can have concerns. We can share those concerns and have those discussions. But to just say that, oh, your actions are informed or influenced by the fact that this is how you got to your position, we think that is
and what do you say about what the parties do officially to their members who do these things?
It's worrying. It's worrying. Sometimes you would expect the parties to come out quite strongly on these matters and to say, look, we don't think that what our member has said is condemnable. Be forthright and come out on it. But a lot of the times, the way our politics is structured. It's structured in such a manner that you acting in a certain way you think would bring some tensions within your own party, because there are, obviously for some parties, some untouchables. There are some that you can indoor have conversation with them and say, look, do A, B, C, D, whether they do it or not, relative to what Nana is saying currently with Ken Agyepong. Yes, the party had met him in close and said, look, we think that this is not good. So go ahead and do the right thing. He hasn't done the right thing. What then would you do as a party? Are you then saying that collectively you accept what he has said? And so those are important issues that for me, for parties, we need to have positions. And there are women in those parties. They ought to be strong enough on some of these matters and come up.
He just told you about the women's leaders actually defending it.
Yeah, so that's the problem. That's the problem with the way we structured our parties.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, gentlemen and lady, for your preliminary take on that issue of Ken Agyepong and his statements.